This session is dedicated to our latest release, Duo, younger brother of our CCU camera. I just put it on purpose, one on each other, so that you can see the difference in size. Although this little small unit is actually comprising 2-in-1. That's why we call it the Duo, because it has the full HD camera system and light source, quite powerful light source for the size of this device, which is not even A4 paper, of 180 watt equivalent LED light source. As opposed to the big camera control unit, the Duo is very simple to connect because it's on the mains, and it will automatically recognize the power from 110 up to 240, so it can be used in any geography. And then actually the only cable which is needed is either the HMDI, which you plug in directly into the medical monitor or even diagnostic monitor with an HMDI, or if there is no, because the older versions, they don't have HMDI ports, you can use the SDI ports. So either of them, you just connect to the monitor and it will work. Just to remind you, there is at the rear, there is additional adapter for the light cable. So whenever you see the letter O, it's for Olympus system. Whenever it's the letter S, it's for the Storz system. So it's very much straightforward to really install it. Here you switch on the unit by the main switch, which is situated at the rear of the unit. And our methodology is very similar to the standard units, I would say. It also has a touch screen, which is obviously the smaller because the whole unit is much smaller. So you can use it either with a finger, or it's also a little digital pointer, so it makes it a little bit easier. So this is the same procedure with a start. So obviously we should use the automatic white balance, AWB, right? So now I'm just performing it improperly because I didn't put any white thing around it. So I will need to repeat it, of course, putting a white thing around. And preferable, we should switch off any of the ambient light. So we can do it either by using the touch screen or using the big buttons, which is in the system. So it's being performed. Whenever you see the green light, it means that the automatic white balance is performed in a proper way. So let's go into the menu. I think it's very, very easy. So the house is like the starting point. Then you have some crucial parameters you can change, like intensity or brightness. So there is a message popping up on the monitor, same kind of a detail, so that you will have a more sharp or soft picture. If you use the arrow, you can go to the red phase, blue phase, and the gamma. So these are the most critical parameters concerning the quality of the picture. You can also use the gain. We recommend to keep it on low because if it's a high gain, then you can see the pixels. So some people don't like it so much. And you can obviously memorize all these settings, but it's not like a multi-story for different customers or different doctors. It will be just memorized for the given procedures. Then we have an eye icon, so that there is a connection to our company. If you have any problems, you can call us or you can write us an email. You can set up your local time and date. And you can also change the language. By default it's English, but it's also a lot of other languages like French, like German, Italian, and so forth. Also Arabic languages are here. And in a very simple way you can change the two small buttons functions of a camera head into a zoom, digital zoom, which is 2.5 times, or LED intensivity up and down. And also the frequency you're using in your geography, and the frame rate from 25 to 50. 50 is obviously a better quality, because this Duo also allows you to take pictures, as it has a slot, and using the USB stick with the FAT32 format will allow you to take some pictures with full HD resolution. It doesn't allow, at least for the time being, taking recordings or videos, as we want to differentiate it from the standard Full HD camera CCU. The unit is by principle designated to entry-level operations or diagnostic cases. It will perfectly fit your needs in the hysteroscopy, cystoscopy, even arthroscopy, obviously ENT, probably the easiest. But we have some customers which are very constrained about the budget. So if you actually equip this little device with 20-liter simple insufflator, you can also build a kind of a mini lateral tower, which could be very beneficial for the smaller hospitals with a very, very limited budget, which are looking for good quality of the picture. And again, this gives you a full HD resolution. So let's look at the picture. It's really a decent one, believe me. I'm using the 4mm scope because obviously, again, it can be the sinuscope, cystoscope, hysteroscope, arthroscopes, most of them via either 4mm or 2.9mm. So you can decide whether you want to use the zoom coupler or you want to use the standard fixed coupler like 18mm, 24mm. We provide it as well. Let's see small space. I'm just using the red pepper here so that we can go inside. And you can judge it by yourself, but it's very easy. It's also very good to make some maybe workshops, and it's very portable. We have some customers, like individual doctors, we can travel with it, because the unit itself is not even 2 kilograms, so it's very easy to put it inside the travel bag, especially the ENT doctor or some of the gynae doctors, they can move it. And of course, it can work like with the diagnostic monitors like Neovo, for example, or LG. Everything can be provided by our company as well for your special request. Very simple to assemble, very simple to use, very efficient in terms of quality of the picture, and very price affordable. Fully recommend from Ackermann. I switched it for 10mm scope so that you can see, you can also use it very successfully in the laparoscopic operations. So really any kind of scopes, of course it should be the good quality scopes, full HD, because the whole system will be as good as the weakest part of it. So please never compromise on the quality of the monitor or of the scope, because if the scope is broken, even if the system is very good, the quality of the picture will be pretty bad. Something to remind you, you can also regulate obviously the intensivity of an LED device, and you can also use the F function F function is for the flexible, because it's especially used by the ENT doctor, like nasolaryngoscope or urologist, flexible cystoscope. So then obviously it will help you eliminate the Moir effect by the flexible filters. So you simply switch it on or switch it off. Enjoy!